Huge in case you missed it, content drop tomorrow. I was a little bit worried we'd only get 2 champions added to the 85 overall set, but we got that and a lot more. You're going to notice right away the overall for these cards is 86. We'll get into what that means in a little bit. We have 6 new champions, maybe a 7th. Maybe they add that new mystery player that's not supposed to be in the packs, but always is, like Hunter Renfro last week. Starting out with TJ Watt, maybe the best card we are getting tomorrow. 84 speed, 86 tackle. Now, his finesse and power move is really low. This card is more designed as a user rather than a pass rusher. Kind of odd. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I know what TJ Watt did in college. Let me know if you have any Wisconsin fans in here, what kind of role he played. But I would assume he was a pass rusher in college as well. But maybe he was more like a middle linebacker, like a Leo Chanel from the Chiefs. Because I know he was more just straight up middle linebacker in college football. But I mean, shoot, as a user, he looks really, really, really good. Or even just an off-ball linebacker. Maybe one of the best, definitely the best in the game. Next up, we've got a left guard, Cody O'Connell. It's just good. We're kind of filling out all the O-line positions, right? We have a left tackle LTD that we got today in the form of the Story of the Week content. We got a right guard last week in case you missed it. Now we have an affordable high overall left guard in the game. Shouldn't be too expensive. I expect him to be the cheapest of all of the cards. Next, we've got Mark Andrews. This is probably the most disappointing card of the bunch just because his speed is low. Jason Morrow is just better at 85 speed. Now, he does have that run blocking, and I will say he hits a bunch of thresholds. We can't even see the short route, or we can't see the deep route running threshold, but he hits the medium and the short route running threshold. So he might be a man coverage killer out there at tight end. Maybe an underrated card if that ends up being a big deal, but speed just a tad bit low, in my opinion, because, I mean, there's a lot of base cards that are at tight end that have 83, 84 speed, so he's not, you know, even better than those guys on paper. Next up, we've got middle linebacker Bradley Chubb, although that is, I believe, is that maybe Peyton, was that meant to be Peyton Wilson? I mean, maybe Bradley Chubb played middle linebacker in college. I'm trying to look. I can't tell if that's Peyton Wilson or Bradley Chubb, but, I mean, shoot. 85 speed, 85 hit power, 79 zone coverage. I don't know if this is like meant to be him or not. I don't know. I'll have to look into it, but I'm just kind of like actually looking at the stats on this card for the first time. But again, a pass rusher in the NFL that looks like one of the best users in the game. Yeah, this is a really, really good card. I'm just a little bit confused on the stats and the position of the card. I feel like that was meant to be Peyton Wilson, but that's just me. And then here we go. Derwin James. Compare him alongside that LTD Jalen Ramsey, 85 speed, only 78 hit power is a little bit low, but he's what, 6'3 in game, or 6'2 in game, I believe. 85 speed, 85 excel, 86 zone coverage, so I believe he's going to get that robber ability because you have to have 85 zone coverage for that. I mean, he, I think, becomes automatically the best safety in the game right now. Yeah, really, really good card. Probably going to be one of the most expensive cards in this set. And then finally, the last card is another safety, and I guess this one may top that Derwin James. It's Minkah Fitzpatrick. So we went from having no safeties in any of the champion or promo sets to 2, and possibly 2 are the best in the entire drop. 86 speed, 86 zone coverage, also has 83 man coverage, which isn't bad. His only low stat on the face card value is just 75 tackling. We know how bad tackling is, but 6 cards, man. Ow. I don't know if this is going to be a consistent thing. I would have to say it is 6 cards per week for the In Case You Missed It promo. Essentially a flashback promo is really, really cool to see. I think this is going to be my favorite content drop we get throughout the year. Hopefully this goes past season 1 because I'm really enjoying the players they're choosing and then the amount of content we're getting. If you want extended coverage of the market and how I make my coins in College Football 25, subscribe to the Coin Bible exclusively on Team Get Lucky. But now let's talk a little bit in-game about that overall, because we are going from an 85 overall to an 86 overall when it comes to the champions, for in case you missed it. If you're unaware what we call that in the Ultimate Team community, that is what we call an overall boost. Now, there's a few things that kind of tie along with that. One, there should be a new set for these 86 overall in case you missed it cards. Maybe they stay. Like, usually when this happens, all the lower cards also get a +1 overall. So now we're going to have 84 overalls, 82 overalls, and 81 overalls corresponding with this content dropping tomorrow. That would have to mean a new set, an 86 overall in case you missed a champion, but who knows, they might just stick with 83 overalls and maybe require 5 of them or 6 of them for an 86 overall. We're gonna have to wait and see. Maybe they just make it an 85 plus overall champion and again require a multiple or a little bit more of the 83 overall in case you missed it to build out the set. So that also is going to, kind of play along now for the future content now we're releasing. So I would assume on Friday, we're going to get 86 overall Ultimate Alumni Champions. Sunday, we're going to get 86 overall Legends. I'm a little bit confused as to maybe why they went with In Case You Missed It to be the overall starter, because typically it's always the Friday content that does that. But who knows? Maybe EA, I saw someone in my Discord, I think it was the Hitstick, say, maybe this is EA trying to counteract people all having the loophole, right? If you do the loophole, you have all the 88 plus cards. They're trying to maybe make that overall creep a little bit faster so people don't feel left out if they don't have those super high overall superheroes. The other main thing an overall boost indicates typically in Madden Ultimate Team is an odds boost across packs, meaning not like the packs are a glitch, the packs are a loophole, but it just, what happens is, for example, let's say an 85 overall with the In Case You Missed It promo, or 85 overalls in general this past week have been a 2% hit rate. Now, when an overall boost happens, it kind of has to correlate with now, like, the base overalls in the game. So now an 86 overall is going to be a 2% pull rate, and then the 85 overalls probably jump up to, like, 4 or 5%, if you understand what I mean by that. So, usually what happens, and I don't know if they have odds across pack. Now, this won't play into effect on promo packs until the promo gets a new update, so we won't see an odds boost on Ultimate Alumni packs until Friday, on Legend packs until Sunday, and Story of the Week content until next Monday. But it will affect these base cards or these base packs like the Freshman pack, the Sophomore pack. So actually, let's take a look and see if they have a date on the odds. It says 7/22, which is actually yesterday, so I don't know if they updated the odds yesterday and we just didn't even see them. But yeah, it says 7. Let me see if I can find, where is the junior pack. Let's see if it's 7/22. Hey, I didn't even notice it. Then again, I didn't even know I haven't even looked at the odds or whatever, or the date on when they last updated the odds before 7/22. But maybe we got an odds boost yesterday and we didn't even realize it. The main thing you're gonna probably see now is if we go to, would it be in the featured offers? If we have any In Case You Missed It packs, do we have any? So these packs right here, it should become 65k for 2 65 overall common players and 1 80 plus overall In Case You Missed It player. That's how typically it works, right? Because we're going up +1 overall across all the content in the promo. We'll have to wait and see. If that does happen, which I think it does, we should see just a slight kind of increase in, well, not increase, it should be a slight decrease in the market. It's just not, guys, if it's easier to pull high overalls, then of course the low overalls become easier to pull and all that, and then the market, is going to drop down a little bit. I think this probably most affects the 84 and 85 overall market, especially the 84 overall market, because if we get those 84 overall In Case You Missed It cards, and they are, because again, the set pieces for champion sets this past week have been around 50 to 60k, so I would expect the 84 overall In Case You Missed It to be somewhere around there. Probably not 50k to 60k, but 70k to 80k for an 84 overall with abilities. That's kind of going to make a lot of these 84 overall base players, which are a little bit, overpriced and expensive, probably drop down a little bit. I don't think it affects 85s too much, mainly because I think these 86 overall champions are going to be more expensive than what we've seen. Because, right, new overalls, if the 84 overalls for whatever reason are like 90k to 100k, right, that's 400k for a champion, In Case You Missed It 86 overall champion, and that would be, significantly more expensive than even the best 84 and 85 overall just base cards in the game right now. Very curious though to see what happens to the 85 overall In Case You Missed It market, because it hasn't really moved that much since announcement. Again, very, like, this is kind of up in the air if we get an 86 overall champion pack or if they do an 85 plus champion pack. If they do an 85 plus champion pack, you can expect a lot of these cards right here to drop an absolute ton. If it's an 86, if it separates between the 86 and the 85, honestly, I don't think the 85s move that much, just because a lot of them still go for above 200k. The 83 overall In Case You Missed It players are still around the 55 to 50k mark, so it's still a 200k set to open. Now that probably does drop a tad bit, but not a lot. Again, we'll have to wait and see. This is like a day tomorrow that's really going to determine the rest of the year, I would say, with how they're going to do content, how they're going to align these sets, how odds are going to work. So very, very exciting stuff. One last thing, I guess, before I go, they added solo battles back on the update, or when content went live this morning, but then they removed them right away because I'm pretty sure there was still an XP exploit with it. Now, the XP exploit requires you to have open XP available. So if you're like me and you've pretty much done all the objectives and you have no more objectives to do, the glitch actually won't work for you if it ever works again, because you have to have an objective open to earn that objective, get you the XP, and then it like does it times 10 or whatever, and that's really the XP boost. That's why we're able to get a lot of levels day one, because we didn't have any of those objectives completed. I guess the other thing too, we did actually get an extra champion for the Story of the Week content. It was a defensive lineman. I actually think he's a very, very good card. Defensive end from Alabama. I believe it's JC Latham. This is a pure assumption, but I'm gonna assume it's JC Latham's little bro. Defensive end for Alabama, if I could ever find him. 182k, so he's not too expensive, you would say. I think the lowest I've seen was 160. 6'3", 80 speed, and has really good power move at 85 and finesse move, right? One of the best pass rushers in the game. I'm sure he gets the jump start ability or quick jump that's like, you know, changing the landscape of regs right now, and it's kind of creeping into MUT. But yeah, it's good to see, right? The content this week now, the Ra Thomas again is very expensive. I've taken a look at the 83 overall Story of the Week prices. They've gone down, but they haven't gone down as much as I want. They've been pretty much hovering at around 50. They were down to 45k at one point, but now it looks like they're way up in price. So again, this for me this week entirely is just a learning process. I'm trying to learn how the market reacts to new content. Do cards go up post release? Do they go down post release? When's the cheapest time to buy? When's the cheapest time to sell? But I think it's gonna do it all for this little quick update. Let me know if you have any questions down below. Comment those questions if you do have them. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, and until next time, peace.